So anyway, I am speaking to you right now from Harvard University in Cambridge, and I'm really excited to join you this morning for this Samana Tech Week. And so, Andy, if you don't mind, if you would start my PowerPoint, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, of course. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
And here we are. Just confirm me if you can see the big screen now.
Yes, we can. Yes, I can. How about the people in the room? Can you see it? Arnold, can you see? I'm going to use you, Arnold, as my test. Can you see what's on the screen? Life is a game, a journey of empathy, Ubuntu, and mutual recognition. Empathy, Sarah, Ubuntu, and mutual recognition. If you're taking notes, please let me know if I say something that I need to say again, and I'll slow down. Does that make sense? Please do not be afraid of asking questions. English is not a form of intelligence, it's just a language. So if you feel like your English capacity is not as high as you'd like it to be, it's okay. You could even say it in Spanish, and we'll try to understand from multiple perspectives. First of all, Arnold, I want to establish one thing before I speak today. I hope that today, everybody that is here feels respected. I hope that today, everybody that's listening feels heard if they want to say something. And I also hope that the people that are here today are inspired, but not impressed by me. I don't want anybody to be impressed by me, but I hope that you are inspired by me, if that happens. And then also, I'm inviting you to a place of abundance. Can you see my shirt? It says abundance, an abundance of mindset, an abundance of how I see the world, an abundance of how I see myself in the world, an abundance of how I see others in the world, Arnold. Isn't that exciting? It is so exciting. Next slide, please. Oh, no, before you go, please go back to the slide before. This is what the quote I want to give you today. What if leadership isn't about winning the game, but about helping everyone else discover they are already playing? What if leadership isn't about winning the game, Arnold, but Sarah, but about helping everyone else discover they are already playing the game?
Pero es que ya
Sarah, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you, Sarah? That quote. Yes, what the quote that I just read, does it mean anything to you? If leadership was a game, what if leadership isn't about winning the game, but about helping everyone else discover they're already playing?
Well, I find it inspiring because it's not just.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I was saying that it's inspiring that sentence because it's not just leading yourself and your own experiences, but by helping others to continue to growing up together.
Exactly. Thank you. So in this game we're calling life for today's purposes, we're saying that in order for you to really win at the game of life, you don't win alone. So that's why this idea of empathy, Ubuntu, and mutual recognition is coming from. Next slide, please. So Sarah, I want you to help us lead. Please show your phone like this. Everybody, that's my cell phone. Everybody lift up your phone wherever you are and say this after me. This is my cell phone. I refuse to be its slave, and I commit to being faithful in the moment. In other words, Sarah, this is time for us to come together in this Samana Tech and work together and ask questions and build new knowledge. I am tired of working with young people who are consumers of knowledge, but refuse to be creators of knowledge. The world needs new answers. Somebody calls the world a VUCA world. It is volatile, it's uncertain. That makes sense. It's just so fast, and change is so rapid. Artificial intelligence. Right now, I'm sitting here in Cambridge at Harvard, and if you go all kinds of startups around me, of companies that are doing all kinds of AI type work, and the world is moving so rapidly. Somebody turn on the mic. I think I can hear you. Okay, so please, next slide, please. So shut down your cell phones if you can for one hour. Somebody read this for me. Can I have a volunteer? May I have a volunteer? Anybody who can read this for me in the audience?
Hello,
can I read it?
Oh.
Okay, please go ahead, the young lady.
We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploration will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time.
Thank you so much. What's your name, man?
Isabel.
Isabel, could you read it again, please? But this time, read it very loud, with a big shouting voice if you can.
We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our of our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Isabel. Muchas gracias. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring, and Arnold, will be to arrive where we started and to know the place for the first time. Next slide, please. I'll explain this one at the end of the session. So this universal game of life, somebody said if life was a game, these would be the rules. So every game, whether you're playing Monopoly, whether you're playing Sudoku, whether you're playing basketball, every game has fundamental mechanics that govern how it works. And there's an author who came up with this idea that if life is a game, this is how life would work. And so, Sarah, are you excited this morning to learn about the 10 rules of life if life was a game? Yes? Okay, so next slide, please. Number 1, are you ready? Number 1 says, you will receive a body, your character avatar, for this lifetime. Everybody that's listening to me today, say, I will receive a body. This is my body. I can't change it. I can't get the height of Canelo. I can never get the handsomeness of Arnold. I cannot get the long hair of Sarah. This is my body until I leave this earth. So rule number 1, embrace the body that you have. Make sense? I know this seems unimportant, but it's very important, especially in this social media infested, I'm going to call it an infestation. It's a social media infested world that we live in, which keeps telling us you are not good enough. You are not worthy. You're not handsome. You're not wearing the right clothes. You're not wearing the right brand. You are not important. So we live in a body that we reject every single day. So everybody listening to me today, say, this is my body. Rule number 1. Number 2. Next slide, please. Life's challenges are learning opportunities. Sarah, life's challenges are learning opportunities. Every boss battle teaches something. Anything you and I are going through today that is a challenge is a learning opportunity, Sarah. So tonight when you go home, Isabel, I want you to look in the mirror and say, whatever issues that I have are my opportunities for learning. And sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, the issues and the challenges you have become opportunities for learning, but then they also become opportunities for work for you. You learn from your things and then you offer other people lessons, and there you become, you can get actually a career out of your place of issues. Okay, so life challenges are learning opportunities. Next slide, please. I like the next one. It says, there are no mistakes. Look at me in the gym, trying to stretch, Andy G. This picture was taken about 3 days ago by my daughter. She and I were working out in the gym, and I'm trying to stretch my body, and she goes, Daddy, you're doing it wrong. Daddy, you're doing it wrong, Arnold. I said, Kezia, leave me alone. I'm working at it every day. I'm learning something new. I'm pulling, I'm stretching my body, because guess what? This is the only body that I have. You see that? There are no mistakes. Only lessons waiting to be learned. Sarah, are we okay? Am I going too fast? Perfect. Next slide, please. And please, if you have questions, you could ask, or we can ask at the end. The next lesson is, lessons will repeat, Arnold, until you've mastered them. The same challenges, deeper understanding. Arnold, so you go, oh yeah, you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, I thought I've been here before. Why does this keep coming up? I thought I left it back there, but it's in front of me again. And sometimes it's your family members. Sometimes it's your friends. Sometimes it's your boss at tech. And you keep saying, oh my gosh, Is something wrong with them? It's nothing wrong with me. Remember, we're trying to be abundant. How can we be abundant? You know, when you and I have an abundance of mindset, we say, maybe it's not just something wrong with them. What can I learn? What is it that I'm missing out on? You know, we all see ourselves as better than we are. Make sense? Like if you ask me, Andy G, I am the most coolest guy you'll ever hang out with, okay? And then somebody else might be like, man, Musoma's boring, you know, whatever. So let's be abundant in the way we see each other. Otherwise, we'll keep learning the same lessons. And when you and I keep learning the same lessons, we slow down our growth. Remember, abundance mindsets leads to growth. An abundance of mindsets will lead to growth. And growth doesn't have to be exponential, Sarah, even if it's one day at a time. You know, I go to the gym, Sarah, and Sarah, if you look at my mom, I don't have any big bulge here. And when I go to the gym, there's guys with bulges like that big. But guess what I've said to myself, Sarah? I'm okay with my body. This is what I have. 20 pounds, 10 kilograms in the gym. And you know those guys in the gym that are like, I mean, look at you, like, I don't even care because I've embraced my body and I'm learning and I want to keep growing. Next slide, please. Learning never ends, Arnold. If you are alive, you're still leveling up. Even Abuela is still learning. This is why I don't like it when, or Abuelo, you know, some of us think, oh, just because somebody is old, they have all the answers. Or just because Dr. Musoma has got a PhD and, you know, blah, 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 and he went blah, 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 and then we expect everything to come from such people. But guess what? All of us are still learning because some of us never learned the lessons the first time. So some of us are still learning lessons we should have learned 10 years ago, but we're still learning them. So this is why I say to the young people that are listening today, don't let anybody minimize who you are. Don't let anybody minimize who you are. Dolce, I'd love to have a conversation with Dolce. Dolce, are you there in Saltillo? Dolce in Saltillo. Are you there? Or, okay, we'll keep going. So learning never ends. If you are alive, you're still leveling up. Look at your, type in the chat, I am alive. Please, everybody type, I am alive, I'm 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 alive. You are still leveling up. As long as there's a pulse, in here, you are still learning. I'm alive, I see it, I see it, I see it. Jose, Luis, I see it. Nicolas, I see it. Sophia, thank you so much. You are alive. So learning never ends. If you are alive, you're still learning. Thank you, Diana Paula, I see it. Leslie Dane, I see it. Patricia, thank you. I am alive, I'm alive, I'm alive, and I have this body, and this is my body, this is my body, this is my body. I'm gonna learn the lessons. I won't let the lessons repeat. I'm gonna be a good student. I'm gonna be abundant in my mindset of others and of myself. Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Next slide, please. There is no better than here. Chasing the next level is endless. Guys, if you've ever climbed a mountain, some of us get so excited when we start to climb a mountain that the only thing we're thinking about is getting there. It makes sense. So I climbed a mountain this summer with my kids, Arnold. I was like, oh my gosh, I carried the food in my backpack. So I was the guy carrying the food. So it was heavy. And I was like, I can't wait till we get to the top so my kids could eat these sandwiches and I won't have weight on my back. That's what I'm telling myself. I can't wait to get to the top of the mountain. Then guess what? Thankfully, I recognize in the moment that I'm so concerned with there that I'm not present here. Makes sense. I can't wait. I can't wait. Some of you are saying, Dr. Musoma, I can't wait to graduate from tech so that I stop paying the tuition for tech. Dr. Musoma, I can't wait to get a promotion so I don't have to work for my current boss. Dr. Musoma, I can't wait to get married. I can't wait for there. And then you are forgetting to be here. If life is a game, these are the rules, my friends. Today, take a moment of reflection on your own and ask yourself the question, am I present in my life today? Write this down. Am I present in my life today? How do you know you're present? You notice little things when you're present. You notice the little bird in your window when you're present. You notice somebody smiling as they walk by you when you're present. That's why I said, let's put this phone away. Let's be present. So many of us are in love with there that we are not here. Andy G, I've been guilty of it for a lot of times, you know? I can't wait till I get my green card when I live in the United States. I can't wait till I get this. I can't wait till I get this. And then I missed out. Or I can't wait till my kids grow up and stop pooping in their diapers so I don't have to spend money on diapers if you're a parent. Then now your kids are older and you're saying, I wish I could hold my baby in my arms because now they're too big and they don't want to sit down with me anymore. There is no better than here. Next slide, please. I love this one, Sarah. Others are a mirror of you. Can we have a discussion on this one? Arnold, what do you think? Others are a mirror of you. Do you have any words for us, Arnold, on that one?
Well, that's totally true. That what we give is that what we receive from others.
Exactly. Anybody else? Thanks, Arnold. Anybody else? Anybody else? There's 131 people in here. Somebody speak to me. I don't want to speak by myself. Huh? Others are a mirror of you. Somebody help me. Come on. Come on. Anybody want to help me?
Here.
Okay, please go ahead.
I think that there's a phrase that says that the circle of our friends or family is like a mirror or represents who we are. It's like if we're with someone, they are the reflect of the values we have.
Thank you. What was your name, ma'am? Thank you very much. Thank you. What was
Oh, my name is Mia.
Mia? Thank you, Mia from Querétaro. Querétaro, by the way, thank you so much. It's good to see you back on campus. Everybody, write in the message, we're glad you're back. Please, everybody, we're glad you're back. We know what you went through. We don't want to act like we didn't see or we didn't hear. We love you. We're sending our hearts out to you. It was a tough season for you guys, but it's good to see you in the classroom. Thank you so much for being here. Mia, thanks for that answer. Yes, we are a reflection of the people that are around us, ladies and gentlemen. Makes sense. So if you and I are a reflection of the people around us, what is the best mirror to look at in your life? The people around you. Take a look. They say 360 degrees. Boom. What do I see? If you don't like what you see, we have work to do. This is why I love working in the Department of Life. Because at Life, we believe in developing the whole person, not just the intellectual person, but the whole person, your spiritual, your emotional, your intellectual. If you're having emotional problems, please call Semana, what is it called? Semana, Te Queremos, right? Te Queremos hotline. And I'm not ashamed. Arnold, I called Te Queremos hotline last year. I was having a lot of struggle, losing my father and the things everything that happened to me. I called and I'm so glad I did because everybody needs help at one point. Let's stop being Superman or Superwoman. That's only in Disney. That's not in life. That's only in Disney. That's not in life. Life sucks. Life punches you. Life will punch you. Life will punch you. And guess what? Even when you feel strong, sometimes guess what, Arnold? Inside you feel weak. That makes sense? So Sarah, let's get help when we need help. Next slide, please. What you make of your life is up to you. You have all the tools you need. But Dr. Musoma, you don't understand. I come from a poor family. Dr. Musoma, you don't understand. I'm handicapped. Dr. Musoma, you don't understand. I've got a disability. You know, one of my best friends, Arnold, is a blind guy. He has never seen a day in his life. Andy G, I'll send you the video that he and I recorded. Could you please share with them? His name is Dr. Robert Carter. Yeah, I have a video. Please remind me this afternoon. I'll share it with you. Arnold, Dr. Carter has never ever seen a day in his life. He was born and they put oxygen. He's about 70 years old and they messed up his eyes and he's never seen a day in his life. He has a PhD. And guess what he told me the first time I met him? He said, Kasonde, blind is not who I am. People say I am blind, but blind is not who I am. So people say I'm poor, but poor is not who I am. Makes sense, ladies and gentlemen? You have all the tools to do what you're here for specifically. Not all of us will be rich. Not all of us will be presidents. Not all of us will be top engineers, but all of us have a mission on this earth. I believe that. I believe that God gave each and every person that is listening to me today a mission. But you fail to be abundant in the way you see your life because you're always looking at your life from a place of less. Always. You always say, what's wrong with me instead of what's right with me. You always say what's missing instead of what do I have? You know, if you don't have enough meat in your fridge to make a fajita or
I think we lost him, right? Okay, let me check.
can you all hear me? Sorry, my computer kicked me out. Andy G, you know what? I started updating my computer a while ago and something happened with update stuff and I don't know. So sorry about that, everybody. So you have everything that you need to do what you need to do on this earth. Everybody write this down. Just do it. Everybody type, just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Type it, please. Just do it. Type it, please. Just do it. Just do it. You don't have to be the best, just do your best. You don't have to be the best, just do your best. Make sense? You know, you don't have to be the richest, just be the best version of yourself. Make sense? Querétaro, raise your hand if you understand what we're talking about, because I can see you in the room. Thank you so much, Querétaro. Thank you. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Next slide, please. Oh, Arnold, I want to sing. You know, I always sing when I do my sessions, right? And I haven't sang yet. So, Andy G, here we go. There's a song that was sang, I think in the 70s. It says, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. You know, I don't like the words of that song because it's telling me that all my problems, I'm going to have to catch answers out of the wind. But in this life game that we're proposing, Sarah, we're saying all answers lie inside of you. Trust your inner wisdom. This is why I love that at Tech we have, what do you call, Punta Blanco? Right? We call them Punta Blancos. Guys, life is not putting those things up so that we can be cute or we can be modern. We're putting those things up to encourage reflection in our students. We're trying to encourage inquiry. asking questions. What am I doing? Why am I studying chemistry? Is it just to study chemistry? Why do I learn history? Why do I learn English? Why do I learn mathematics? How does this play together for my mission? Because I'm on mission. And if life is a game, I'm not here to play alone. I'm going to lift others because it's sweeter when we go up together than when I go up alone. So all your answers, Sarah, are inside you. Trust your inner wisdom. You have it. Too many of us are too busy asking other people outside of ourselves to tell us who we are. We go to our boyfriend, our girlfriend, people that don't even really know us well, and we ask, who am I? So please, start spending time in Ponte Blanco. Spend at least 20 minutes every day. Sitting alone with your thoughts. Turn the phone off. Please, I'm begging you. Have an hour without your phone being on. Then guess what who you're gonna meet? You're gonna meet you. And you're gonna find out you're so cool. Next slide, please. Then the last one, Arnold. All these 9 rules I just gave you, guess what the person that wrote the book says? You will forget all these at the day that you're born. And remembering all these rules is part of the game of life. Somebody help me that is listening. Why does it say that at the point of your birth, you'll forget all these rules? Somebody help me. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. Somebody help me. The answer, please. There's 134 of us. At least somebody can help with this one. You forget all of this at birth. Why does it say that? Somebody help me.
Maybe the goal is the path. Not having the answers might be part of the journey.
Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Fernando.
Hernando, thank you so much, sir. Yes, but I'm going to push a little bit further. Remember when I started today, I wrote that quote at the beginning. I said, I'm going to explain it later. We shall not cease from exploration. And the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started, but to know the place for the first time. Guess what happens to most of us? When we were young, we had dreams, we had hopes, and we had all these things. We were a free thinker. We were open. Then guess what happened every year with life? It was beaten out of us. That makes sense? Then we were forced to be in these little spaces of human existence that don't allow for us to breathe. I see a question up in Querétaro.
Well, it's not actually a question, but I also shared this thought with you. I think that we forget all at the birth because they gave us like another opportunity to like increase ourselves and improve another, well, once again, so we can start learning from the beginning.
Exactly. So it's like we go backwards. Yeah, we go backwards. What's your name, sir?
Guillermo.
Guillermo, thank you so much for that answer. Yeah, Guillermo, I am on a journey. Andy G, I've shared this with Andy G and the team. When I was a little boy, I was known as Kasonde. And then when I went to the English schools run by Europeans from England, they said, we don't want you to use your African name. They insisted that I use an English name. So that's how Kasonde died and Henry was born. So my whole life, I've been on a journey to claiming back Kasonde. Makes sense? Kasonde died, Henry was born. To be my real authentic self, I have to claim back Kasonde. You didn't come to tech for tech to make you who you're going to become. You came to tech for tech to make a brighter light of who you already are. That's what education should do. It shouldn't change who you are. It should shine a light on who you already are and maybe give who you are more direction. Make sense? So stop looking for yourself in the university. Look for yourself inside of you. Next slide, please. I'm going to do questions at the end if it's okay. So the game we're playing requires that it says that you have to do three things. You have to view your story through three parts. That my story, you have to view your story through empathy. And empathy means every player has a backstory. Stop putting people in boxes quickly. You know, when you see me, don't say, oh, Musoma, because he looks like this, because he dresses like this, so I know him. You know, a lot of people think they know me, but they don't because they've never hang out with me. Does it make sense? So we make assumptions about each other all the time. The word empathy was put into the English language in 1908, and empathy means to see into. Like when you look at a picture, when you feel what you see in a picture, can you practice seeing to feel what others feel? You know, I love sometimes, you know, Andy G and I have been talking, our friendship and relationship is growing professionally and even personally because we're just human beings. And now she's able to say, hey, Musoma, how you doing? Not how are you doing at tech, just how are you doing? And I'm able to say, Andy G, this week has been tough because this is going on in my life. That's empathy. Then the Ubuntu philosophy says, we're not playing this game alone. Arnold, I am because you are, and you are because I am. I'm not playing this game alone. Can you imagine me speaking to myself right now and there's no students on the other side? There's no people listening. I look foolish. Thank you, Andy G, for reminding me to drink water. Yes. So I'm not playing alone. Number three, mutual recognition. Seeing every player's true character. Sarah, Lisette, Yemo, this is going to take intentionality. This is going to take getting off the rat race and saying, I want to know. Some of you don't even know your parents. You just know that they are the people who pay the bills and everything. You don't even know what your mother's dreams were when she was a kid. You don't even know why your father does what he does. You just think he's just a guy who goes to work. You put him in a box of father, but you've never put him in the box of human. We dehumanize each other by giving each other titles. That's Dr. Musoma. He must have no pain. He must have no hurt because he's a professor. He's this, and that. We dehumanize each other. So I'm going to say to you, stop, write this down. Stop dehumanizing each other. Behind every face is a deep story of pain, of joy, of loss, of wins. Next slide, please. So your character build. So let's connect to some of these rules that we just learned. You receive a body. Lessons are repeated until learned. Every player gets unique challenges that shape their character development. Now, this is important. Stop thinking that your story is so unique. I think we've been living in a world where people are made to feel like, oh my gosh, you're so special. This has never happened to anybody. Let me tell you something. I read the Bible because I'm Catholic. And in the Bible, it says, there is nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new under the sun. Been there, done that before. Somebody's been through what you've been through before. The only reason why it feels so big is that you're not talking to other people to learn from it. Make sense? My father died. I'm not the first person to lose a father. So when I share the pain of losing my father, eventually I meet somebody else who had that same pain. Then together we lift each other up. Doesn't make sense. But if I keep it private, then it starts to be a cancer inside of myself. So guess what? Your story is not unique. It's universal. Struggles resonate across all players. Everybody's struggling with something. Write this down. Everybody is struggling with something. I don't care who they are. Andy G, are you struggling with something today in your life? Arnold, are you struggling with something today in your life? Querétaro, are you struggling with something today in your life? Raise your hands if you are. Thank you. So here's what your cheat code should be: empathy. Understanding others' stories gives you insight, not just insight into their life, but insight into your own life. I see somebody with a hand up here. Caro. Caro, are you there? Did Caro have something to say? I don't want to miss. No. Okay. Number 2, so empathy is your cheat code. Understanding other stories give you insight into yourself and into others. Number 3, every setback is a tutorial. Every setback is a tutorial. Failures are teaching moments for other players as well. Then what is the leadership application from this? Share your game journey authentically. Stop being fake. We're tired of fake people, right, Andy? We're tired. Take off the mask. The mask was for COVID. COVID is behind us a little bit. Take off the mask. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Everybody take a deep breath. Just be yourself. Number 3, ask others about their origin stories. Who are you? Where do you come from? You know, I've been working at tech for 5 years. And you know what, Arnold, one of my disappointments sometimes is the number of few people that see that I'm very different but never ask questions. They don't see the world they walk through. Guess who the best people to ask questions are? This is why it says we're going to forget them at birth. The best people to ask questions are little kids. You know how a little kid, you're walking with a little kid, you see a blind person, the little kid goes, Mom, Dad, why is that person walking with a stick? Because life hasn't taught them to ignore what they see. Number 3, recognize patterns between experiences. What patterns are going on in my life? Why do I keep learning this same rule over and over and over again? Therefore, you're building your character. Share your game authentically. Ask others about their own stories. Recognize your patterns. Next slide, please. Game root connection. Others are mirrors of you. There is no better than here. We're all connected in this shared game experience. Individual wins are team wins. Your high scores mean nothing if your team struggles. Shared resources create abundance. Help others level up. Game becomes more enjoyable. The game is designed for collaboration. Cooperation creates lasting success. You know, I think of Eugenio Gazzasado, the founder of our university. He could have won by himself. By the way, he was in this city that I'm talking to you from. He came to MIT. In fact, I'm going to go to MIT this afternoon, and I'll send you a picture. I'm going to walk there. It's close. And guess what? He came to MIT. He could have been selfish and said, oh, you know what? I'm from a rich family. I'm educated. I don't need to lift other people up. But guess what he said? I'm going to go back to Mexico, and I'm going to create the Monterrey Institute of Technology, and I'm going to lift other people up. Because when I lift others up, it's sweeter than when I lift myself up. That makes sense, because he was an abundant mindset human being. So, shared resources create abundance. The game is designed for collaboration. Cooperation creates lasting success. Then your leadership application, measure success by collective achievement, not just individual. The reason why you feel like you're losing is because you're measuring just yourself. Look at how your family's doing. Look at other people that you're connected to. If your friends are winning, you're winning. Maybe your turn is coming next. Number 2, share knowledge, resources, and opportunities. Don't be selfish with your resources and your knowledge. You know what I mean? So today I'm reading a book, Andy G, I'm reading this book, it's on fire. It's about leadership in Africa. And I can't wait to put it out there. Yeah, I can't wait. Share it and see what other people think. You know, we're going to do our winter experience for EGS, and I'm excited about it. I'm reading more about that because I want to see what's out there in the world. So I want to share this information. Then it says, Arnold, I like this last one. It says, build systems that help that help everyone level up together. The reason why some of us are so unhappy is we're so freaking selfish. The only person we think about from morning to evening is ourselves. How could you be happy in that world? You've created a world of me. You live in a world of me. Next slide, please. Character discovery. Game, all answers lie inside you, and what you make of your life is up to you. Everyone has untapped potential waiting to be recognized. Everyone has hidden abilities, untapped potential waiting to be discovered. That's why we're at Tech. We're putting through life. We're putting through all the academic departments so that we can tap into this potential. We can tap into this potential. I like to say to students, you can count the number of seeds in an orange, but you can never, ever, ever count the number of oranges in a seed. It's about potential. Recognition is bi-directional. Great leaders let themselves be seen and mentored. Don't say, I've arrived, therefore no one can help me. You can mentor and be mentored. Does that make sense? Authentic connection beats artificial hierarchy. Genuine relationships are most effective. Don't use people just for a network. If you're saying, I want to network with Musoma, don't go in there just to see what you could get. Go into a network with Musoma to see what you could also give. Don't become a taker, a taker, a taker, a taker. How do you apply this in leadership? Practice character discovery. Actively look for others' strengths. Create space for others to recognize your humanity too. Build systems where recognition flows in all directions. You know that lady that cleans your house? Some of you ignore that lady that cleans your house there. The lady that cleans your house, if you have a lady that cleans your house. If you bring her in your life, she will tell you who you are, sometimes even more than your parents, because she watches you. She sees how you eat, she sees your dirty clothes, she maybe makes your bed, she sees your patterns. But guess who we ignore? We never ask those people for feedback because they are not educated. The person that sweeps on campus, we ignore those people. Sometimes they're watching you. I had a lady when I went to Texas A&M University. She was a security guard. She used to give me a word of encouragement every day, Andy G, because she was so proud of me, because I went to a school that had mainly white students, and since I was black and she was black, she always used to stop me and say, I watch you. I love the way you walk to class with. I used to dress up for class. I never used to go with pajamas, I used to wear like a nice, even tie. I was that kind of a student, because I love the way you show up. And she used to tell me things. So she was part of my 360. Remember we said it has to be what? 360. Stop getting information just from your best friends. Your best friends don't always tell you the truth. And then it says, build systems where recognition flows from all directions. Next slide, please. Yeah, and then we'll have the remembering game. You forget all this at birth, but here's the key insight. The ultimate game mechanic, we start with amnesia about who we really are. Leadership becomes about helping others remember their inherent wisdom and power. So leadership, NDG, is about remembering. It's not about finding, it's about remembering. Empathy helps us remember our shared human story. Ubuntu helps us remember our interconnection, and recognition helps us remember and see our authentic selves. What slide am I on? What's the number of this slide, Andy? I think I have one more slide. Do I have, I can't remember if I put one more slide after this one. But I think this is it, right? Is that next slide, Andy? Okay. Oh yeah, sorry. So here we go. The learning loop. Learning does not end. Lessons are repeated until they are learned. Leadership challenges will keep appearing until we master the lessons they offer. Every difficult conversation, team conflict, or decision is a chance to level up. Same patterns, deeper understanding, recognizing the spiral nature of growth. No mistakes, only feedback. Reframing failure as valuable data. Makes sense? No, I didn't. No, you didn't fail in your marriage. You just didn't know better. Somebody's an alcoholic. Sometimes in our families we have people maybe that are alcoholic, and we just like to say they are bad. Maybe the question should be, what happened to them? It's empathy. Do you think somebody just wakes up and chooses to be bad? Life happens to all of us. The next one is the body as a teacher. Physical and emotional signals guide our learning. Sarah, I want to encourage every student to start paying attention to your body. Your body is speaking to you all the time. You have a body, and this is the only body that you have. It talks to you. My body lately has been telling me my blood pressure is feeling like high, MDG. So I'm keeping track of my blood pressure. If you look at my cell phone, I have pictures of blood pressure readings, and I'm not happy with the way some of them look. So I'm paying attention. Let me show you. My blood pressure yesterday was higher than I wanted. You see that? So I'm checking that. I'm paying attention to my body. What do I need to change? What are the lessons that my body's giving me? Am I stressing? Am I eating right? Am I resting? Okay. Next slide, please. I think that's the last one. Meta game. The ultimate realization, life isn't a competitive single player game where you beat everyone else. I know at Tech we're very competitive because we're that kind of a school. You know, gotta be the best. Gotta be everyone. We gotta be better than UNAM. We gotta be better than UDEM. You know, we gotta be the best. Sometimes that is expensive. Individualism can be self-destructive, right? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but be careful how you compete. It's a collaborative adventure where the real victory is helping everyone discover their power, connect authentically, and create something bigger than individual achievement. Your role as a conscious leader, I'm using the word that's from Tech, conscious leader, is number one, you have to be a quest giver. Help others discover their missions and purpose. Number two, you have to be a guild leader. Create communities where everyone can contribute. And number three, be a mentor. Share experience while remaining open, also learning. That, I don't think I have another slide after this, Angie. Oh, you're in, I'm rushing because of time. Okay, I only have 9. Your built-in game tools. All the answers lies inside of you. That's not true. It is very true. That's not untrue. It is very true. You have the tools and resources. Every player comes equipped with everything needed to succeed. The game isn't about acquiring more. It's about remembering what we already have. Remember, Kasonde came back to life when Henry was killed. And at my school, NDG, we were told we can't speak African language. We were punished for speaking African language. So I grew up forgetting my core, my source. Makes sense. I started looking down on being African. Just like sometimes in Mexico, I know people in Mexico who look up to America so much that they look down to Mexico. Doesn't make sense? You think, oh, they're better than us, blah, 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 and however you measure that. So here's what I say. Every player comes equipped with everything needed to succeed. The game isn't about acquiring more. It's about remembering what we already have. Your inner campus. Intuition guides you towards authentic choices. Empathy engine connection creates understanding and trust. Then the recognition radar, ability to see and draw out others' potential. I'd like to shut down the PowerPoint, and at this point, I'd like to have the Q&A, if that's okay. We have about 8 minutes. I'm so sorry. I meant to cut it out earlier than that. Q&A. Okay, now I can see some people. Okay. Oh, Adolfo, you're here. Adolfo. Buenas tardes. Was it buenos dias? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Please don't be afraid. I hope you're not intimidated by our lesson. Please don't be afraid. Oh, I love it. Philberto just asked me, how do I get the courage to do it? Did you hear that? Can I answer that once? How do I get the courage to do it? Sarah, can you answer for me? Because I don't want to be the only person here. Remember, we said everybody can give feedback. How do I get the courage to do what we've been talking about? Come on, Sarah, quickly. I know you could think quickly. And then somebody asked me, why am I so happy? Guess what, y'all? Right now, I'm happy because I'm operating in my gift. I won't say I'm necessarily happy in everything that's going on in my life. That makes sense? There's something about doing what you're meant to do that brings joy. That's why it's important that you find what your mission is. Make sense? I see people in a big room. Yay! Buenas tardes. What room is that? Miss Lizette, what campus is that?
In León. Here we are in León. Say hello, guys.
León.
Say hello to...
Hola, buenas tardes, León. Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. And I think, nice to see you, León. Nice to see you. I hope to come to your campus. I want to come buy some Mexican-made shoes in León. I think I saw a young lady who was standing and had a question. I don't want to ignore her. Please, go ahead, the young lady.
Yes, in Querétaro.
In Querétaro. And then if León has a question, they could ask us as well. But Querétaro, please ask your question real quickly. We don't have a lot of time left on the clock. Leon, and then I just had a question. Andy G, somebody says, how can I find my purpose in life? Wow, we've been talking about that, Arnold. Arnold, what do you say to that person? How can I find my purpose in life? You could answer them in Spanish if you're more comfortable, Arnold.
Andy,
Bueno, creo
Valeria
que-
Hurtado, creo que tenía levantada la mano.
Okay. Sophia, Andy, are you able to translate what was just said for me?
Yes, that there was a raised hand and it's Vale, but it's Team Querétaro. So just to see if they still have their question.
Did you have an answer before? How do I find my purpose? Do you want to speak to that first, please?
Sí, voy a contestar en español. ¿Cómo encontrar mi propósito en vida? Creo que va mucho de la mano de que puedas entender qué es lo que te gusta, qué es lo que te apasiona, para qué eres bueno o buena. Y una vez que puedas encontrar dónde convergen esas tres áreas, puedes ir creando tu propósito de la vida. Quizá tiene que ver con la profesión con la que estás, para la que te estás preparando, quizá no, pero todo tiene que ver con justamente en dónde convergen todos esos puntos, lo que te gusta, lo que te apasiona, para lo que eres bueno o buena, y quizás si a eso le puedes sumar algo sobre por lo que te pueden pagar por hacerlo, creo que estás encontrando un buen propósito en tu vida.
Thank you so much, Arnold. Thank you. Anybody else? Any questions? Anybody else? Anybody else? How to motivate yourself in a competitive world. Okay. How do I motivate myself in a competitive world? Ruben, remember, we're trying to build a culture where learning doesn't just come from the teacher or the instructor or the facilitator, but it's all of us. It doesn't make sense. We're trying to practice what I just talked about. Okay, can somebody answer that for us, please? Ruben, are you there? Ruben. Okay. Hey. So how do I motivate myself? Remember, Andy G, I think I was very clear when I was presenting that there's no superhuman, that all of us have a struggle. Makes sense. And all of us, some of us are learning 10-year lessons. Some of us are revisiting things that we should have already mastered, and that's okay. There's gonna be days where you don't just are not motivated. And let's accept those days. It's part of life. You know, to live a life where you're motivated 100% all the time would be unhealthy. That's too much dopamine for the human body. So I think our pain is part of our processes. Does that make sense, Sarah? Our pain is part of the processes. As much as it sucks, it's part of our lives. You wouldn't know joy if you did not know pain, and you wouldn't know pain if you did not know joy. So one day at a time. I'm not gonna give you a magic pill. This is not, what's that movie? The one where he bends over. What's that movie? The Matrix. The Matrix. You know, this is life, and life, not just life tech, but life as life. It's a mixed bag. Sarah, I have some rules for you today, all of you. I want you to remember this if you're taking notes. Hey, Valeria, you're back. Good to see you. Be patient with yourself and be kind with yourselves. That makes sense? Please be patient with yourselves and be kind to yourselves. It's a process. Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead. From Querétaro.
If you said that life is a game, what would the goal of life be, and how do you know that you completed that goal?
So life is a game. What is the goal of our lives? Are you there?
Hello?
I don't know what happened. Can you hear me now? Perfect. So, guess what? Life is a game. It never ends. You just pass the button or the baton. It's like a relay match. You know, when your time is up, the things that you started will not stop, hopefully. Guess what will happen? Other people will pick it up. So be careful how you work towards an end goal. You'd be disappointed. My father always used to tell me, there's no achievements. There's just celebration. Makes sense. You know, some of you right now, you're dreaming of finishing college. I can't wait to graduate tech. Guess what's going to happen when you get to that spot? Most of you will be disappointed, by the way. Graduation day is not a happy day for a lot of students. Because guess what they say? I've worked so hard. So you feel empty. So always look at everything as a process, not just an achievement. It makes sense? That is a permanent beta. You're growing new knowledge, new information. Right now, the little kids, if you're a parent of a child, one of your goals is to get them to potty train. You know what I mean? Go to the bathroom by themselves, you know? But then it keeps going. We're learning, we're leveling up all the time. So there's no end. The only thing that I would challenge you to say to you is just know that the lessons never stop. Keep learning. Don't work towards an end. Work towards growth. Keep growing, you know? Yeah. Have you seen, what's his name? He played football for the Patriots right here in town. The quarterback. His name escapes me. Tom Brady. Tom Brady just kept on trying to win and win and win and win and win. And I always ask myself, he's won so many Super Bowls. When is enough is enough? Some people never win a Super Bowl. He won what, more than 3 or 4? Makes sense. Like if I had a conversation with him, I'd like to ask him, what were you looking for? You know what I mean? Like, even when you're old and your family and your wife said you're not there for them, you kept trying to do something that wasn't making your family happy. What were you looking for? Were you looking for something that's inside, but you thought you'd find it outside? Look at Whitney Houston, very gifted person. Look at how she died. Look at Michael Jackson. People that you and I look up to and say that they had it all. But guess what? They had it all, but they had none at all. Because they kept looking and looking for something that was what? Out there. If you don't have peace in here, there's no peace out there. If you don't have joy in here, there's no joy out there. That's why we want you to do reflection attack. That's why we want you to go to Poncho Blanco and sit alone with yourself and think about how you're doing. That's why we're saying if you need help, get help, because we recognize that life is not easy. Please, I don't want you today to walk away saying Dr. Musoma has it figured out. I want you to say you just met another human being that is on the journey of life, taking it one day at a time. Make sense? Yeah, just on a journey, just like you, my friend. There's days I feel like I should be the president of my country. I have those aspirations. You know, there's days I feel like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing right now? I was on Ellen, I was on Good Morning America. Should I be doing more? Should I be a published influencer on social media? Come on, Andy G, help me. I need to get out in the world, you know? Then there's days where I'm just happy speaking to students on a Zoom, on a meeting like this, and I'm content. So you have to regulate yourself, okay? Thank you so much. That's a great question. And when I come to Querétaro, make sure you buy me lunch so you and I could talk about that a little bit more. Any other questions?
I
you.
have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you know how they say that we put on an armor or a shield when growing up, just as we learn how to protect ourselves from the world? What would you suggest, like in a practical ways, and the first steps, how to put it off? Because it's difficult to learn or to just go backwards when the only thing that you grow up doing was like learning how to keep on protecting yourself. So how can we show ourselves as we are and fulfill our potential and give to others when we're just trying to protect ourselves and we don't know how to put the armor off?
Wow. What a beautiful question. I know that I'm intimidated by that question. How do I take the armor off? Wow, what a beautiful question. First of all, we live in a world where people can be hurtful, especially when you think about the social media world. People can bully you overnight and pretty much wreck your life. My daughter is in high school. She was bullied quite a bit, and it really affected her, and we're still struggling with that. So my daughter has an armor that she's put on. You know what I'm going to say to you? Life will teach you how to take that armor off. Be patient. Things will happen to you that slowly you take steps. That makes sense. For me, the things that happened to me, my father dying, my father having cancer, I learned to ask for help. That's one thing off. Getting divorced. I never thought I'd be a divorced man. I'm a good Catholic man. I'm a good Catholic man. I even have my Bible here and I read it every day. I read the Bible every day. And I went through divorce. Guess what? Another armor came on. Makes sense. And guess what? The Musoma that you're meeting today is not the Musoma you met last year. It's not the Musoma you met 5 years ago. Life. In my language, they say this with me, Tafimbwa Mulubilo. Tafimbwa Mulubilo. Yeah, Tafimbwa Mulubilo means don't rush to build it all in one day. You've taken so long to build those protections. So if you just rip it off, it's going to be a shock to your system. I believe in gradual change. I don't believe in quick revolutionary things like you see that go viral on the internet. That's a problem when we're watching snippets on TikTok and all that stuff, and we think life changes like this. You know what I'm talking about? Or we watch those shows where they renovate a house. I know I tried that, Arnold, where they say, fix your house for $2,000, change your kitchen for $5,000, right? You go to Home Depot, you buy all the things they say, and you're sitting there going, damn. And then $20,000 later, you're like, oh, they said 5, And so let's be careful. Let's be careful. A lot of the stuff there's too many experts on social media that shouldn't be there for as experts. Philberto says, no one is prepared. Take the first step. No one is prepared. The day you're going to choose to marry somebody, guess what you're going to do that day? You're taking a risk. You're making yourself vulnerable to somebody that could hurt you. Because they could. As sweet as they are, they're the best thing that you've ever experienced. Oh my gosh, Abuela, he is so cool. He sings me love songs every night before I go to bed. He writes me poems. Oh my gosh, he is just the best thing in the world. 2 years later, you're at court because life happens. It's not because we're bad. It's not because we're good. But we're living in the game of life. Everybody's trying to win. Everybody. And sometimes winning, some people cheat. Some people are ugly to win. Okay? Be patient with yourself, one day at a time. And start writing notes to yourself. This is something I'm working on this semester. The boyfriend that hurt you, and because of that, you covered yourself. I'm going to work a little bit just to open up that part of my life. Not to everyone, but to the people that matter. Make sense? Then when I get more confidence, I'll open it up a little bit more. I'm dealing with a very serious matter with my daughter. And every day I have to look at my daughter and say, you know what? I don't care that you're the best. I don't look at my children's grades as much as you think. I'm a professor, but I don't care that my kids have A's and B's. I care that my kids are good people. I care that my kids are winning in here than up here. Make sense? Because it's easy to fix out here, but when this is messed up, it's a problem. Yeah, by the way, the word courage comes from the word cur in the Latin, which means heart. Cur. So when you and I have courage, we have heart. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. What a great question, though. It's got me thinking. See, this is a learning experience for me. You asked a question that now has me thinking. So I'm going to take this question with me today and sit with it as well and reflect. That's what we should be doing for each other. Makes sense? So thank you so much. You are a teacher today. You're not just a student. You are a teacher. I hope you remember that. Yeah. Anybody else? Okay, I want to wrap it up if that's okay. Can I wrap it up? I'm going to read you something really quickly, and then I wrap it up. It's called The Paradox of Our Time in History. Are you ready for this? And Sophia, Andy G, I keep saying Sophia. I keep saying Sophia because I'm about to see Sophia today at Harvard. Sophia, yeah, we're meeting today. So here we go. Arnold, I'm about to read you something that I hope you remember. He says, the paradox of our time in history is that we have taller buildings, but shorter tempers. We have wider freeways. In Mexico, we even have the one that goes up in the sky, or Periférico, whatever those big highways are in Mexico, right? We have wider freeways, but narrower viewpoint. That makes sense? We drive in wide spaces, but we think in small spaces, right? We spend more money on all kinds of junk, but we have less. We buy more, but we enjoy it less. I love what they say in Mexico. In Mexico, they say, when you drive, you see less. When you walk, you see more. When you drive, you see less. When you walk, you see more. So let's keep going. We have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences, but less time. Have you noticed, Arnold, everybody's busy? Hey, man, can I have a meeting? Oh, let's talk 2 weeks. What are you doing? What's so important? Then it says, we have more convenience, less time. We have more degrees, but less sense. We have more knowledge, but less judgment. We have more experts, yet more problems. More medicine, but less wellness. We drink too much. I'm talking about liquor and all that stuff. And we smoke too much, and we spend too recklessly. We laugh too little. We stopped even laughing. And we drive too fast. We get angry too quickly. We stay up watching Netflix forever. And we pray very little. We have multiplied our possessions, but reduced our values. We talk too much. We love too seldom, too little. We love too little. Most of us are full of hate, and we hate too often. We've learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've added years to life, not life to years. We've been all the way to the moon and back, but have trouble crossing the street to meet a new neighbor. We've conquered outer space, but not inner space. We've done larger things, but not necessarily better things. We've cleaned up the air, but we've polluted our souls. We've conquered the atom, for those of you that are studying chemistry and physics, we've conquered the atom, but not our prejudice. Even in Mexico, we're prejudiced. We treat the natives like they're less. That makes sense. Let's just be honest. It's not just America. We have racism even in Mexico, the beautiful land of Mexico. We've conquered the atom, but not our prejudice. We write more, but learn less. We plan more, but accomplish less. We've learned to rush, but not to wait. I want to end off today by telling you, ladies and gentlemen, slow down. Slow down. Hashtag Ubuntu. I am because you are, and you are because I just saw something come up in the chat, but I don't think we have time. Do we have time? Somebody just posted something in the chat, but it's
Yes.
disappeared. I can't.
We have
What does it
time
say?
for this one.
It said sorry something.
It's
You see it? I can't hear Andy G. Sorry. No escuchar. No escuchar.
It says, sorry for this question, but what happens if a school teaches a student to drive fast, but I do not want to drive that fast?
Maybe you don't belong in that school. Why are you at the place that is not true to your values? Make sense? You know, are you being forced to be in that school? That's a question of, or do you see yourself as a person who can be the change at that school? Make sense? Because you don't just come to tech for tech to change you. You leave tech differently, I hope. If you're talking about tech, I don't know what school you're speaking of. But if the school is teaching you to drive fast and you want to go fast, you have a decision to make. And that's a very personal decision you have to make. By the way, not making a decision is a decision. Not making a decision is also a decision. Yeah. Querétaro, are we okay? Awesome, awesome. Leon, are we okay? Yeah, Miss Lizette, thank you so much from Leon. I want to thank all of you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you.
thank you very, very much. I'm going to give you my email. I want to get emails today because I want to respond. Anybody who's listening to me today and you want to send me an email, I will respond. I have the next 2 hours to respond to your emails. My email, I'm going to give you my personal email. It's Musoma, MUSOMA 76@gmail.com. Send me an email. If something struck you in your mind, immediately after we finish this, please send me an email. Or if you have a question, send me an email. I'm going to sit down for about an hour and a half. I'm going to respond to emails. Musoma76@gmail.com. Even if you just have a compliment or a complaint, send me an email. Musoma76@gmail.com. Thank you so much. Arnold, it's good to see you, brother. Thanks for your support. You know, I love who you are. I love what you represent at our great institution. You're such a supporter for what we do. And I celebrate you for that, brother. Andy G, I want to thank you for putting this together. And to the rest of my fellow staff members that are here, I want to say, guys, we're doing good work. You know, sometimes it feels like we're not moving, but we are moving the needle. Even if it's just one little step, even if it's just changing a student a little bit, Miss Patricia, we are making a difference because change is painful and pain is changeful. You know, pain is changeful and change is painful. We're making a difference. So please be encouraged. I hope to see you on your campuses at some point if that's possible. But in the meantime, I say muchísimas gracias. Hasta luego.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.